What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a thirsty Thursday, September 5th, 2024. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you. You look ravishing today. Today, excuse me, we did not get Jim Knowles. Looks like they're going to alternate the offensive coordinators every other week. So we had Jim Knowles last week. This week we get Chip Kelly and Will Howard. So please hit like and subscribe on the videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notified. I will be live Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday night. Me, Jeff, and Sean will be back 7:30 p.m. Eastern, all over the Twitters, Instagram, and YouTubes. Okay. All right, let's do it. So we're talking Chip Kelly. This guy's a freaking peach, man. I could listen to this guy talk. He talks a lot of shit, but he's smart as shit, though. Then you got a little bit of Will Howard after Chipper here. So let's start off with Chipper. I don't know why I call him that all the time. You know, I get like things stuck in my brain and nothing comes out. Anyway, that sounds bad. Let's talk the offense and some of the procedural stuff. Helmet communications. We'll start there. He said that to give you an idea of what the second to second process is with the helmet comms. He said the mic is live from the time the previous play ends until 15 seconds left in the current play on the play clock. He said you want to give the play call to Will as quickly as possible, so you give him time to look at the defense and make adjustments. It's obviously not a conversation because Will Howard can't talk back. It's a one-way street, right? He's just listening. So they just try to give him as much information as possible as quickly as they can without overloading, giving him too much information, right? But sometimes they do give multiple plays at one time. So that gives you a good insight into how the helmet comms work and what is going on, what Will is hearing, and stuff like that. So it's a lot to take in. I would imagine on a play-to-play basis. You imagine doing that 60 to 70 times per game. Thanks. Anyways, it's like listening to my wife talk all day. Anyway, no, she's not listening. She's not watching. Anyway, how much offense did you keep under wraps? He was asked. Chip Kelly was. He said, there's no unveiling or not unveiling. It's just about dealing with the opponent you're playing. What would work best against each defense is how he approaches it. They were shaky offensively at the start, but then they settled in and got a rhythm. I think you'll hear Will Howard will agree with that. Chip said the last time he was in the press box was 2008. He said it's a great view. People will be jealous of him in October and November. He said the communication went well, and you can see the game better up there, but you can feel it better from the field. So I don't know. I would be in the press box if I were an OC. But anyways, did he feel like he called a good game? He was asked. Chip said, we were just okay. Could have executed better. Could have been more diverse in the play calling. You have to be very self-aware when you're done. To go 3 and out is not a good start at the beginning of the game. And he said, like, for example, the deep pass to Jeremiah Smith was a great play, but not necessarily a great play call. So they kind of, the players made, lemonade out of lemons maybe there in that play. On the quarterback, on Will Howard, he said, what did you learn about Will as a playmaker? Chip said he's shown in the past to be able to make plays with his legs and his arm. He's a versatile quarterback. He's a really good understanding of football. Playing quarterback is so much different than practicing quarterback. You don't get hit in practice. Huge difference there. I think we can all agree on that. Chip said, you're just trying to get on the quarterback sneak play. He said, you're just trying to get a yard on the QB sneak. We were 1 for 1 on it. So they want to stay above 90% on the QB sneaks. That's something to log away and keep in mind in the future. What are the conversations like with Will Howard during the game? He said it's been really good. He's mature. He can tell you what he likes and what he doesn't like. they can then try it out in practice and see how it works. He said it doesn't matter what the coach is like because they're not playing. So a little give and take there on the practice field and when it comes to game planning and things. On the running backs, Chip was asked if he liked the split of the running back carries. He said Coach Locke does a good job of keeping those guys fresh. Um, is there something to a running back taking time to get comfortable in a scheme? He was asked. He said yes. He said Quinshawn Judkins did a good job. He can't block for himself on some of those rushing attempts, though. And yeah, offensive line dropped the ball there, not literally, but in a couple plays. But there are a lot of nuances to get comfortable with that, and they'll get done early in the season. So expect Quinshawn and Trey to get more comfortable. Chipper said they don't call different plays for Quinshawn or Trey. They both can do it all. So there is not a Trey playbook and a Quinshawn playbook. Everybody gets the same plays. Same with James Peoples. Chip said he fits into the same category. He said James was impressive in the small number of snaps he had, but none of these guys are change of pace types. So that's one thing you've noticed at Ohio State, even when Alford was the coach, Benedict Alford, they did not have I guess you could kind of say Mayan Williams was a short yardage back, but he was injured so much you couldn't really bank on that. They've always had like a J.K. Dobbins, Zeke Elliott, and now Trey and Quinshawn. These guys are meant to take the ball, whether it's short yardage or your 1st and 20 or 1st and 10 from your own 20. They're in there. It doesn't matter what the play call is. Chip talked about the O-line. He said Tegra, Shabola, and Austin Sarabel both did a really good job for their first extensive playing time. He said everybody was feeling their way through the game. And it was the first time in Ohio Stadium for a lot of guys, for a real game. He said that's a real thing. So I understand that. Quickly on wide receivers, he said, what gave you the confidence to draw up so many plays for Jeremiah Smith? He said, I've been here since March. So it's his smart ass way of saying, have you seen him play? Have you seen him practice? It's Jeremiah Smith, man. You're going to dial up plays for that dude. And we got a few minutes here about Will Howard. Will Howard did grade out a champion. That's good. Good start. But the most important thing was getting the win and keeping the offense on schedule to him. He was asked how important it is to get settled in for a quick start, a fast start. He says it's huge as a quarterback. Everybody looks to you. I understand that responsibility. We go as I go, he said. I want to be the guy that everybody looks to. So that's that leadership thing. You ever heard of that? Yeah, we went like a year without that leadership stuff from the quarterback. So not pointing any fingers or saying any names, but that's that leadership stuff. It's beautiful to see. Will said that if he's locked in, then that should be a green light for everybody else. He was asked what was he most proud of on Saturday. He said once he got settled in, he was most impressed with his decisiveness. I would agree. His decision making was on point for the most part. He said it was always the right decision, so he needs to improve on that. He said it wasn't always the right decision, so he needs to improve on that. Get into a rhythm quicker and be cleaner. Avoid the sloppiness early, and they want a fast start and not to have to work through adversity if they don't have to. Although I will say, in my opinion, it's good to have some adversity, because if you go 11 weeks without adversity and suddenly game 12, you hit some adversity, you might not know how to react to it. So just my opinion, my 2 cents. He was asked about the throwback to Travion while he was falling to the ground. He said, that's something I can't do. He was trying to make something happen, but he can't put the ball in harm's way like that. Next time he needs to just eat it, take the sack. He was asked, was there anything that surprised you on Saturday after watching the film? He said there were more opportunities for him to run. Uh, Having the iPads on the sidelines really helps getting that kind of feedback immediately. He said they actually used to have them in high school. Remember, he's from the Philly area, I believe. Um, so, and Kirk Ferentz made that comment weeks ago about the iPads. He said, "Great, we're finally up to speed with the high school game." It's messed up, isn't it? Like college football just now got iPads. High schools had them. Will Howard's in his fifth year of college, but 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago, he had iPads in high school. NCAA moving at a glacial speed as always. Anyways, hey, let me know if there's any comments that stood out to you. Hit me in the comments, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. 5 keys to a Buckeye victory coming on Friday. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.